Morning guys, hope you're well. Welcome back to the barn. So over the last few days I've been using this place quite extensively, mostly because I've been making a project for the house. I've been continuing that square way, but also I've been doing the doors. Almost finished the two now, just got the drip rails to put on the bottom. Promise tomorrow that the painting fairies are coming to paint them. I'm actually slightly running out of time unfortunately because I'm back to work tomorrow. I just wanted to have a little play with how I think I'm going to finish these walls, which is with this it's heavy parquet floor. It's around about €20 a pack, and at times you can actually get really good deals on these, so they'll do like buy three get one free or something similar, or they actually sell seconds. Now it is prone to knotting, so I do expect when I open this up there'll be some knots missing. Some of them are repairable, but sometimes they're so big that they actually sell them really cheap as seconds. A few years ago I bought some seconds. I paid about €9 per pack for them, and from that I actually managed to make some wardrobe doors for what I use as my study, and all the end panels in the kitchen. So it's a little bit like Forrest Gump's box of chocolates. You never know until you open them up what you're actually going to find in here. Tongue and groove 4 edges, so they go together like Lego. As you can see there's a knot missing, but actually once that's closed up that won't matter. There's a knot missing there's a couple of knots that are not all the way through there but just need a bit of filling. That's actually a strange grain on that one, but it's actually intact. Fair chunk of knot missing, and that one's intact. It's funny, you always get the ones with the knots missing in the middle of the pack so you can't see them, but actually that's not a bad board. So the idea is with these, as my spending money allows, it'll be quite an investment to do the entire workshop in them, is to just stack them up. So that wall's quite easy to do because it's a brand new wall and it's nice and flat. I've got the insulation for that wall. I'm actually going to use some acoustic insulation that I've got. On the back I'm going to use more thermal insulation, which has got a fly screen or an insect screen bonded to the back of it. It's like a wax brown paper that supposedly stops insects and things. So because it's around the periphery, these two walls here, I'm going to use that insulation there, and I've got a tiny bit of that left, literally just a little slab of it left from the garage project. Interestingly, I was working in here yesterday and it was a really windy day, and the draft that's blowing in through these little gaps here is amazing, so I need to get them covered up. When we put the window in at Christmas I kind of did from the corner to here, so I need to just finish these 6 joints, and I've got the timber to do that. So I'll put this one on the floor at the back. What I'm really keen to work out though is this back wall, because it is leaning. I want to bring it into plumb, so I'm going to have to build almost like an independent wall liner in front of this wall. Got some more 63 by 38, so I'm going to use that to form the wall in. So right, let's just pull the bench out and let's put the first piece on the floor. Okay, so I've just wheeled the bench out slightly, take the first piece, and because I've got that upstanding in the floor, I've just cut the corner off with a jigsaw. So that then should just go down here, like so. I'm just going to put some screws in through here. I've got to fill these anyway. I want this wall to be as strong as it can be because all the neighbourhood dogs are barking because someone's walked up the road. I want this wall to be as strong as it can be because it's going to be a tool wall and I'm going to have cupboards or whatever hung off here eventually. I don't mind putting the odd screw in, filling it, sanding it, because I'm going to paint it out white in here anyway, so I don't mind doing that. Yeah, if you were laying in floors. Saying that though, my floor in the house is very similar, and that's just got 2 nails per joist in it. Have you finished now barking at pedestrians? Hey, you and your mates from next door? Yes. Okay, yes, I know you want breakfast, don't you? And from my ever-growing stock of screws, thanks to Screwfix, yes, I know you want some food. As long as it pulls in under the face so I can fill them, I don't actually mind. Start as we mean to carry on by getting it level. Put a couple on. So I think I'll put 4 on because I can, with 4 on, I can get the insulation down the back. I would rather get them on the wall to stop them bending. the insulation down the back with that. Hey, we're in. So I've only got 3 screws in. That's really tight, so I'm probably not going to have to fix every piece. Keep putting some poly filler in and wood filler as I have some spare. But there is the beginnings of the tool wall, and that is really solid. Is to try and get that piece there across here. So the idea is now is to get that in there like that, straight and plumb, and the walls don't help. So if I cut a piece, okay, so I've got my piece that's 1900. The question now is how I plumb this wall up. Let's have a look. So wow, gonna be there. I'll bring you over so you can have a look. So that is pretty much plumb to go from the bottom there and be that much out. There's 2 ways I can think about doing this. Is either to go from the floor to the top and then lose all that space but have these nice and flush, or to go from there to sort of that height and then start again, form a little shelf inwards, a little feature, and then start again. And then I'll end up with a plumb wall, but it'll be stepped back with a little feature on, which might not be a bad thing. I even thought about making a little seat under the window, because on a nice summer's day I can open them windows and just sit and ponder life. I'm quite warm into that one actually now. So that's my dilemma. So I'm going to ponder on that because it's breakfast time now. It looks like it goes like that as well. So that's a consideration as well. I want it nice and straight. I don't want it like Gracie's back leg. Right, okay. Right, Gracie, let's go and have us breakfast then. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I've had a little bit of a ponder and I've cut a straight edge out of a piece of this 1.5 by 3 and I've laid it on the floor, and I can see how the sill plates go like this. So the first thing to do is to put a piece in there and a piece in there up to the window just to level it up. And I've decided I'm going to make this half height, step in and then up to the roof, so I can do it in 2 distinct stages. Infilling this little bit here level with that, and then creating some verticals to fill in so it's level. Then I can return all these boards around at the bottom height, push it in with a little lip round, maybe 2-3 inch depending on what it is, which may come in handy for something, I don't know what, but future use. And then I think I am going to build out around that window and create a little window seat. I quite fancy a little window seat there. What I want to do at the moment is just get these 2 base plates in here and then a piece in here to level that up, and then I can create this. And the only reason I really want to do this is I want to get rid of these couple of slabs of insulation that's outside, and then I need to fill these holes in on the outside at a later date. Right, so let's cut a couple of base plates level straight with this straight edge. Bonjour. I'll leave this first stud a little slack up to there just so I can slide them boards in. Wow, so it's level. What's the chances of that happening? 3-inch centres. Stuff like this doesn't take that long once you've made the executive decision on what you're actually doing. TA 1632. I have to locate it to the side then, it doesn't really matter. There's no point cutting down one down to a taper. That's just crazy. So I'll put the next one in here then. I don't want to lose you. You can see, look at that. It's a long way out of plumb. but we can repair it. That's what we do. Next, 48 inch centre. There we go. I actually might just bring it a bit further in because my end one's there. So I've put end one in, split difference. Now sees a problem. Okay, I'm going to have to cut that down because I think fit in there. Cut a little bit off and it can go in that one. Even that one's going to be need a little. Yeah, that one's just in its way, which is okay. I'll just have to cut it down on the table so it needs 1/2 inch out at the back of it, and this one about the same. We can do that. Bonjour. Right, I'm going to be really miserly here, and you guys are going to be thinking, JP, you tight so-and-so. I'm going to use up my offcut just because I can, because I'm up against this barrier. I can get a side fixing in. I'm just going to use that bit of offcut. I don't like wasting it. Yeah, that'll do it. If you think I'm a tight so-and-so, drop me a comment. I'm just being economical. Sometimes a Yorkshireman comes out in me. If you think I'm really tight by doing that, then I'm sorry to inform you, but I probably am. There's his little stud frame, plumb, level, straight. So now I'm going to start back there up to the ceiling, which gives me a little 3 inch wide shelf. Right, this is just this little bit of insulation I had left. Did the garage ceiling. So it's got this insect paper on that side. And that's it. I'm just going to fit it in there. A lot easier installing it in a wall as it is in a ceiling. But what I do find is what's just happened there is that this paper just debonds. So come on, Rockwell, get your act together and get some better glue. So these are the boards I took off when I dismantled that central partition. So there we are, the start of the internal wall linings. Maybe a while before I do some more, but I hope you enjoyed this little journey of mine. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see the rest of this series as I turn this barn into a workshop, then think about hitting the subscribe button. And until next time, bye. But also, oh dear, wow.